Headline news most affecting Chilliwack this week. A defamation court case involving two school trustees continues. A new working agreement for Chilliwack Community Services and Bowls of Hope. The 2023 Rotary Christmas Show presented by Prospera Credit Union premieres tonight. And high school playoff football. We'll have all of that in sports. All right, Chilliwack, let's get started. The sentencing decision in the rape trial of 43-year-old Rupreet Singh Pawar was rendered at Chilliwack courts last week, more than 5 years after the actual incident. He was sentenced to 3.5 years for a sexual assault in 2018. In his decision, the judge said there is a need to send a strong message that women cannot be objectified. This assault happened while it was under the bleachers of Chilliwack Secondary. It was revealed in court that the victim and Pawar had worked together at the same residential care home in Abbotsford. Last weekend, the District of Hope issued a boil water advisory as there were concerns over E. coli in the system. The first test from Fraser Health came up negative. The district is continuing to update that situation. The defamation court case between current Chilliwack School trustee and Vice Chair Dr. Karen Bondar and former trustee Barry Neufeld entering its second week in Chilliwack court. At issue, comments that Neufeld made on an online interview with a faith-based channel. He accused Bondar of being, quote, a striptease artist. This is a comment about a parody of a Miley Cyrus video called Wrecking Ball that Bondar made, and that video was a tongue-in-cheek teaching aid for UFV. Chilliwack Restorative Justice operating the annual Operation Red Nose, and the Justice Director, Steve Roukema, is going to be joining us in a few minutes with an update on Red Nose as well as a few other programs. Harrison Hot Springs will receive $15,000 to implement ideas identified in the previously developed age-friendly action plan. The plan will focus on providing an environment for their community to age in place while living active, socially engaged lives. Chilliwack Kent MLA Kelly Padden says a new grant will benefit seniors and help them live active lives by making Harrison Hot Springs more, quote, age-friendly. Now, in total, there's about $500,000 in age-friendly grants that will be awarded across British Columbia to 25 different communities. Chilliwack Community Services and the Chilliwack Bowls of Hope announcing a new relationship aimed at fortifying, quote, the mission of both organizations around food security. It is a strategic partnership that is set to create a framework to not only ensure the continued success and sustainability of Bowls of Hope, but also bolsters the food security initiatives of Chilliwack Community Services. And Chilliwack Bowls of Hope have been a leading agency in the community since 2005 on food security initiatives, providing nutritious lunchtime meals to upwards of 1,000 kids in need a day. Fraser Valley Salmon Society paying tribute to Chris Gadsden for all his years of dedication and commitment to the Fraser Valley Salmon Society and others. A founding member in 1985 and a legacy that will forever shape conservation and stewardship. So the directors wanted to provide a few gifts to show their appreciation, including a new Canon camera. For those in the know will know that he's a bit of a shutterbug, just a bit. And he's getting a new cutting board made specially for Chris. 2023 Chilliwack Rotary Christmas Show premiering on chillTV tonight, 7 o'clock after This Week in Chilliwack, presented by Prospera Credit Union. It's music and comedy from Chilliwack artists and kids. It'll be repeated a number of times on chillTV's social media outlets. The Rotary Christmas Parade is coming up December the 2nd, and the BIA Executive Director, Trevor MacDonald, will be part of the play-by-play team. He's coming up in just a moment to talk about what's happening downtown. So, not only is Trevor's interview on the way, Steve Roukema, we're going to be talking about Operation Red Nose. And then, after those interviews, a ton of football on sports. This week continues with Trevor MacDonald, the Executive Director of the Chilliwack BIA. That lovely time of the year called Christmas. Okay, now is that chocolate or what is that?
I wish it was chocolate. It's my solar-powered sweet. Welcome to the holidays.
Oh, love it. Did you get that from Gary Moran or did you get that on your own?
I will not divulge my sources.
Got it. Hey, speaking of Gary Moran, speaking of the stuff that's happening downtown, I guess a lot of things are kicking in literally as we speak. So
Yes.
what's happening now for Christmas?
Well, today's the day, Don. Thanks for doing this. First of all, so much going on downtown Chilliwack, kicking off District 1881, right across the street at Five Corners. Of course, always beautiful over there. But they pull out all the punches for the holiday season. We have the tree lighting taking place tonight at 6 p.m. Live music. We have the Ferris wheel up and running. We have the Christmas train, courtesy of Gary and the crew out there at Fantasy Farms. So many great things happening, and which leads us into the unofficial kickoff to the shopping season downtown, but also toward the Christmas parade on December 2nd, which would be the kickoff to our downtown shopping campaign. So looking forward to it.
Mother Nature is cooperating because we're into this stretch now of dry weather. It's going to be cool, but it's perfect weather to be walking around 1881 and bring a camera.
Yeah,
or at least
it's
bring
amazing.
this. Yeah.
It's going to be amazing. We have, I hosted the fireworks last week, and we were blessed with weather then, and it looks like we're going to be the same for this as well. Yeah, so we just have tons of promotions going on. We're going to do kids parades as of December 2nd every Saturday from 11 till about 12:30, where we invite the first 50 kids to come down and sign up at Five Corners by the 5 at 10 a.m. And then we'll lead them around different merchants in the downtown, stop, get some treats, and then back over for a ride on the Ferris wheel or on the train. And we're doing that every Saturday, live music downtown, but it all kicks off with the Rotary Parade, which I'm so proud to be co-hosting with Denise Borden.
Yeah, that's the second. The other thing that a shout out to Algra Brothers, because earlier this week, Tourism Chilliwack had their annual breakfast. A tip of the hat to everybody, and it was literally a most valuable player award to Algra Brothers, and deservedly so. I mean, last year was amazing, and they've added on to it, and so there's. Is it like a mini hotel that's going in the back? How is that? It's.
Dawn, I tell you, the beauty of 1881 is the speed in which their projects get completed. It's mind-blowing, actually, and you know as well as I do, anybody who goes down there, if you haven't been in a week, you should go back because the landscape changes weekly.
Yeah.
But kudos to 1881, but kudos to the downtown businesses that are really stepping up. I think of places like Mill Street, the Button Box on Mill Street, always Creekside on Wellington. There are so many beautiful little shops downtown that they can't wait for this season. In fact, some of them have already jumped the gun and they've got their Christmas windows already decorated and ready to go. It's 375, almost 400 unique businesses down here, and they're all trying hard to get that downtown dollar.
And you guys are all over social media, so if somebody wants a sneak peek of the businesses and what you guys are doing, where do we head off to find that information?
Well, we have our Downtown Chilliwack Facebook and Instagram pages. I'm currently working on updating the directory on the back end of our website, so it's under construction. But we do have some great contests coming up. We're giving away a $1,000 shopping spree downtown. All you have to do is purchase something within one of our businesses, hit the QR code and enter, and we're drawing on December 23rd for a $1,000 shopping spree, and then our friends at the Chilliwack Progress are adding another $500 to that. So it's going to be a lot of fun, Don. And you have to get down here, and we have to go for a coffee, buddy.
Considering I only live like a block and a half away, I hear you.
Well, I owe you a coffee and a walk.
I'm in, and I love that Santa Claus. That is so cool.
I tell you what, man, it's the little things in life that makes me happy, and this, my little Santa, and for everybody, you're going to see Santa walking around downtown as of tonight, continuing until Christmas Day.
Trevor MacDonald, BIA, big thank you. We'll talk soon.
Thank
you're
you.
watching this.
TV.
You're watching This Week. This week continues with Steve Roukema, the Executive Director of Chilliwack Restorative Justice. This time of the year, I mean, you're busy all the time of the year, this time of the year kind of ramps up. We'll get to Operation Red Nose in a second. This is Awareness Week for Restorative Justice. What's this all about? What do we do? How do we get involved?
It is. It's we're raising awareness for restorative justice. So thanks for having me on again here, Don, just to promote everything that we're doing here. So this nationwide, it's Restorative Justice Awareness Week. We're not the only restorative justice organization, but it's really just to let people know that we're out there, that there's an opportunity for us to build a safer city together. It takes the community for us to do what we're doing. So we're doing a bunch of different things throughout the week. You can see on social media all the different ads we have through our platforms on social media. And there's a few interviews that I did with someone as well to educate people more about what restorative justice is all about as well, specifically for Chilliwack and for the Upper Fraser Valley. But there also, one of the bigger things we're doing too is on Saturday at Superstore is hosting us to do Hampers for Hope. So in partnership with Ruth and Naomi's as well, we're building hampers for those in need through Ruth and Naomi's. So come into Superstore and see what we have there on the tree that you can take from to buy something in Superstore and allow our volunteers to pack it. And
help out,
hot chocolate there too from Starbucks to keep you warm in case it's cold. But
it'll be cool. It'll be sunny, but it will be cool.
Yeah.
Hey, I know we're a broken record on this, but again, for those that don't know, what is restorative justice? The Coles Notes version.
Yeah, restorative justice is it's a alternative measure to the court system at the root of it, right?
Yeah.
So when someone gets arrested or charged with an offense, instead of going through the court system, they can go through restorative justice, and then they don't get a criminal record. They are, as an offender, you're supported by a mentor long term, so that you don't reoffend. You have a healthy, trusted person that can help you set some goals. But the big part of that is it's victim focused. When something happens and an offense happens to a victim, there's harm there, and that harm has to be repaired. And through restorative justice process, we help to repair that harm with the offender and the victim coming face to face. And hopefully there's some forgiveness happening there too. But really the victim's voice is heard through the whole process as well. Something you may not get going through the court system.
Operation Red Nose, 'tis the season. You need volunteers.
Yeah.
Not just drivers though. It's I guess what, guys that get coffee or no? What do you need?
There's drivers. There's people that get coffee, sure. But at headquarters, there's people that answer phones. They take the calls that come in from the people that need the rides. So each driving team consists of 3 people, right? So because there's a vehicle that follows the actual vehicle that's being taken home for the person that's slightly impaired.
Yeah, and the vehicle gets home too. That's the other thing.
Yeah, so that's what we like to say. Like, we're not only a safe drive for people, we're a safe drive. We're getting you and your vehicle home. That's a big part about the advantage that we have for Operation Red Nose. And all by donation, of course. We have several sponsors in place to help us get this going and help us to make it really profitable for our restorative justice purposes in the school. So we're raising funds for our school program. We're in 8 different schools in the Chilliwack area as well, but we want to expand that, and we can help expand it with help from donations that we receive for Operation Red Nose.
Speaking of schools, and you were telling me a driving school is involved. Now this is cool.
This is awesome. Yeah, Justin from who owns the Art of Driving School. We were talking about Operation Red Nose, and he says, "Hey, we can use our cars." So had to make a few phone calls with ICBC and all those kind of things and make it work. And we're in place now. He's offered his cars for driving purposes for Operation Red Nose, and covering the cost of fuel as well. He's going to fill up the tanks at the end of the night when we're done.
Oh, great!
He's been very generous in that area, so it's going to be huge for us.
And your catchment's not just Chilliwack; it's Agassiz, Kent as well, and Harrison, or
So there's different rules. I mean,
I would
when
think
we got
because of
Agassiz and
insurance,
Harrison, just as far as how far we go and so on, we don't want people to take advantage of where they're going.
We're going to go to
right?
Vancouver,
Exactly, So, but the main piece is within the Chilliwack area.
Great stuff. Yes. And to find out more information, you're all over social media.
You bet, we're all over social media. There's an Operation Red Nose Facebook page as well, but we also promote it on our own. You should see the signs. There's a few signs, physical signs throughout Chilliwack posted already as well that you can see the number and all that as well. So you can ask me the number now, aren't you, for Operation Red Nose? Do I know it? 604-392-2292.
Or just go to the website of the social media.
You don't believe me.
Oh, I believe you. I'm just reinforcing this.
Okay. Good.
As always, Steve, big thanks.
Okay. Thanks a lot, man.
Merry Christmas, and
Thanks,
you're watching this week.
Thank you.
chillTV Sports, Colin Boyd is the president of the Chilliwack Giants. He'll be by with an end-of-season wrap, including some interesting word on a new program called 7 versus 7. That interview coming up in just a couple of minutes' time. The road to the BC High School AA and AAA provincial football championships are now set. First off, Sardis, the Junior Falcons, they lost their opening playoff round game to Lloyd Tweedsmuir 42-0. GW Graham Junior Varsity, they lost to South Delta 33-22, but the senior varsity team for the Grizzlies beat Lord Tweedsmuir 42-0. So, for them, the 11th consecutive year that Graham football goes to the playoffs at BC Place. And by the way, a number of Graham Grizzlies made the AAA Provincial High School All-Star team, so congratulations to everybody. Spartan Swim Club in Chilliwack with a strong showing at the BC Schools Eastern Valley Zone meet. That was last weekend at the Nanaimo Aquatic Center. 126 teams were involved in the tournament. Congratulations to Amia Carlson, Emma Enns, Sophie McNeil, and Callie Saunders for receiving the junior girls aggregate banner for their school, GW Graham. There has been a fallout since the BC Hockey League, which includes the Chilliwack Chiefs and the Langley Rivermen, since they cut ties with Hockey Canada and ventured out as an independent league. The BCHL continues to foster relationships with NCAA hockey and help players get American scholarships. Well, according to published reports, Chilliwack Minor Hockey cutting all ties with the Chiefs due to this separation. Now, the BC Hockey League is not sanctioned under BC Hockey or Hockey Canada. The separation for Chilliwack Minor Hockey includes Timbit intermission games, as well as any other activities between Chilliwack Minor Hockey and the Chiefs. And these same teams are not allowed to attend Chiefs games as a team or participate in other events. Instead of the Chiefs, they're now focusing all of their activities to the Chilliwack Jets of the Pacific Coast Hockey League, as well as the American Hockey League Abbotsford Canucks. Now, former Chilliwack Mayor Clint Hames has weighed in on this controversy. Hames is a staunch supporter of local hockey on all levels. He was part of the team that built the now Chilliwack Coliseum, then Prospera Center. This included the original BC Hockey League Chiefs, who are now in Langley, and, dare we say, the old WHL Bruins, who moved on to Victoria. Hames simply calls the whole affair appalling on all levels. Coming up after our interview with Colin and the Giants, Cari's got the weather. This week continues, and we're talking football with Colin Boyd, the guy who's executive director, chief cook, and bottle washer. You do the concessions with the Chilliwack Giants. Anything else am I missing?
Oh, no, we do all we can around there. We got a great team.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of which, I mean, we started this season how many months ago with the Chili Bowl, but now we recently had a bunch of provincial championships, and time to brag.
Sure, Don. This past weekend, we had the British Columbia Community Football Association, championships. We hosted at Exhibition Park here in Chilliwack, and started off with 10 total teams of Adam age group. We even had a team travel down from the Shuswap to compete. And,
cool.
Out of those 10, our Chilliwack teams took the top 3 spots: the gold, silver, and bronze.
So that was what, Adam? How many teams with Adam?
10. We had 10. They competed in a round robin kind of tournament, and the champions came out of that.
And then Pee Wee teams?
We had 2 of them competing for the top spot. Our Pee Wee team that was represented there ended up second. So.
And then the juniors.
The junior bantam, which is the older age boys and girls there, they end up taking the championship.
The veterans. Yeah.
That's right, the old wily vets.
Old veterans.
They ended up taking the top spot. So yeah, very, very proud day for us Chilliwack Giants.
Something that's coming up called 7 versus 7. And explain that. Is it just a short man's game or a short field game rather? Or how's this going to work?
Sure. Well, it's something that we're working on along with some of the players that have moved on to high school to kind of keep them involved with our programs here with the VCLFL or the Valley
VCFL, yeah.
Football League, and it's basically a portion of practice, really, where you have the skill positions, so to speak, the quarterbacks, receivers, running backs, against defensive linebackers and DBs, and just a little different game that's more geared towards the tackle game or preparing for that season.
Yeah.
And we're hoping by implementing something along those lines that we can garner some more registration and keep more kids in on our fields.
Speaking of high school football, of course, Jimmy Graham Grizzlies, it's playoff time, so everybody's heading off to BC Place for this weekend. One other thing, now 5 versus 5, we already have that?
That's correct, yeah.
We already have that in flag. The other thing, and we talked about lacrosse when the announcement was made for the 2028 Olympic Games in Los Angeles. One thing we haven't had a chance to, this is one of the reasons we also wanted to bring you in today, flag football is going to the Olympics.
Yeah.
And was there on a national level or a regional level that you knew about that's saying, let's push this, let's see if this thing goes?
Well, we see a lot of rumblings about it, especially we took a team to Las Vegas to compete
Last
at
year,
the International Bowl down at the Pro Bowl for the NFL, and there's kind of rumblings about that being a possibility.
Yeah.
And I think anybody in the football world would be extremely excited.
So who's going to do this? Is this going to be the Canadian Olympic Association and then branch out with football organizations across the country, or do we even know yet?
I haven't seen anything specific, but I imagine it would come down through Football Canada to the different provincial organizations is how.
So if somebody wanted more information, just go to Football Canada and hopefully they post something?
I think they're kind of getting things lined up first. I mean, it comes with the big announcement first, and then they sort out the details afterwards. But but we'll be waiting on baited hook kind of thing. Looking forward to that.
The AGM for the Giants coming up in January. Are you going to stick around? What's your plans, or have you even made up your mind if you're going to throw your hat in the ring again?
Sure. You know what? It's something that I would definitely love to be involved with again if they'd have me back. I mean, we'll be looking for a bunch of new executive members and hoping to get some of the younger age groups represented much more. So any of the younger players' parents, if we can get them out, that'd be a great thing for the association.
Somebody wanted more information, just head off to the website?
Yeah, you can go to chilliwackgiants.com or you'll find my email or anybody else's there, and look for more info and watch for the announcement of our AGM date.
Great stuff. Colin Boyd, have a great Christmas.
Oh, we're already there.
I know, it's almost there, yeah.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you're watching This Week. chillTV weekend weather. So, Cari, it seems to be unusually dry in the forecast.
Well, Don, yes, it does look like it's going to be a great week, but I was very wrong last week. So hopefully this week I'm going to nail it, because it's going to be up into the 10s and 11s over the weekend. And next week it's going to be down to 4s and 5s, but it's been frosty at my house, so who knows what these numbers go for. Tomorrow is going to be Black Friday. So fun fact, Black Friday is called that because historically it was the day that most businesses started seeing a profit. We're in the black. So also 40% of Canadians are going to go shopping on Black Friday, which means I have about a month left until I start my Christmas shopping, because Christmas is a month away. Hopefully everybody gets out there and does some shopping this weekend in the bright sun, and I hope that you all shop local. Back to you, Don.
Thanks, Cari, and thank you for watching. If you have a local news story you'd like us to report on, you can always send us a note as well as your pictures and video to news@chilltv.ca. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a great weekend. I'm Don Lehn.